So some of you are on this channel likely because you saw my earlier video about why I wasn't renewing my Mensa membership. Well, plot twist, that's no longer true. For some context, I was a member of Mensa for 14 years. I used to think that Mensa was a place for elitist, high IQ, stuck-up snobs, nursing insecurities in order to convince themselves that somehow or another that they were better than the rest of the world. That was really a view that I held for the longest of times, and I just wasn't down to have that continue being a part of my personal life. As time went by, I went on to college, came back from college, I experienced a lot of different things along the way and met lots of different people. But now suddenly things have changed. I have a membership card. Swag, swag, swag. A whole ton of memories that I probably won't ever forget. To explain that, I would like to quote, going against my Chicago heritage, a quote from the late economist John Maynard Keynes, who said, "When the facts change, I change my mind. What do you do, sir?" Now, the exact context of Mr. Keynes' quote is not exactly known, but what I do know, though, is that it resonates with me because it really corresponds to the way that I experienced Mensa, especially in the past couple of years. For the longest time, I think that my interaction with Mensa didn't seem to be doing anything that was really exciting. But during the COVID pandemic, a lot of that changed. I started craving lots of social interactions for the simple reason that I'd been cooped up at home, just doing nothing really. I was pretty much just going in and out of my room and just hanging out there. And I think it was during that time, honestly, that I felt a deep sense of loneliness, like the sort of loneliness that feels crushing. Those years were really tough for me personally, when I was just thinking that maybe this wouldn't really end forever. And it was really during that time that I saw comfort really in doing lots of different things. But it was mainly that random Korean class I decided to go into after maybe binge watching like 500 different Korean dramas in a row, that I ended up meeting a Korean teacher, and then from there deciding, hey, you know what? Maybe I should go and meet her one day. I wanted to go to Korea for the longest time, just wanted to go after having read tons of different manhwa and watched tons of different K-drama, but I didn't really have anyone to actually go with. So when I saw that Mensa members were going over to Korea, so then it was kind of decided to go, hung out, spent time, enjoyed, ate lots of food, did so many different things that even now it's hard for me to remember exactly everything that happened along the way. I think AMG was really the point when I started to just encounter lots of people out there and to appreciate really these unique qualities of different people that I normally wouldn't otherwise see. The AMG in Korea was really my first international trip outside Malaysia and Singapore for the longest time. Some of the greatest memories I've had in my entire life. And I think it was really there that I started realizing that there was a diversity of people even in Mensa. Initially, I think I was just scared because I thought that I would just end up having the same negative experiences that I had with people from Mensa from all those years ago. But I think that as time went by, a few things changed. I myself mellowed out a little bit, and also just being there and having fun with different people just made it a lot easier to be able to relate to lots of different people. It was a new country, it was a new place for people to just hang out, lots of activities, and a whole lot of other things like that, which I hadn't encountered in my prior Mensa experiences. All those things dovetailed together and just made it so that I felt a sense of warmth, a sense of joy. And it was here really that I started challenging my earlier presumptions. My thought earlier was that people from Mensa just wanted to show people that they were smart or otherwise, but I started realizing that in many cases, the IQ score was really just a way of gathering people together from lots of different diverse fields and backgrounds so that we could meet one another, we could talk to one another, and just chill. I was very fortunate to have more, not just in Korea, but also in Indonesia and even in Penang recently, and I really look forward to having more experiences in the days to come. Honestly, for those of you who are watching out there and who are thinking that Mensa maybe is some sort of Illuminati cult crazy bunch of super geniuses out there, yeah, just know that you have Mensas basically from across the world. You have like Mensas in Korea, Japan, in Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, and even in the United States of America. It has people who are smart, people who are not so smart, people who are mathematicians, people who are not so good at math, people who love puzzles, and people who hate them with a passion. Mensa is actually a lot more similar to a regular club, like a neighborhood club, than you might otherwise think right there. But at the end of the day, it's a place that's filled, I think, with lots of different people from different walks of life that you normally wouldn't meet if not for the fact that you were to just be a part of this organization. It's not exactly like a church, it's not exactly like a temple or anything else of that nature. It's really just a place where people gather from lots of different random backgrounds and you just get to somehow interact with people. Find out maybe what the commonality between them is, and you immediately have a first topic of conversation, like why did you decide to take the test? What kind of score did you get? Where you originally from? And the conversation just kind of flows from there because I think everybody really has a story, which is one of those fun things out there that makes it so that this is something kind of beautiful along the way. And so, you know, as I've kind of reflected upon Mensa all the way, I realized that maybe my old views were a little too limited. They were formed really in a frame of mind that was too restrictive, that wasn't really built upon actual experiences with Mensa members, and that at the end of the day was really restricting me from getting to know people on the deeper level that I needed to before I actually could really say that I'd experienced what Mensa was. And so yes, I did renew my Mensa membership. Changing this belief has been a source of joy, friendship, and so many other meaningful things along the way as well. And as we kind of go into 2024, I can't wait to see what other kinds of beliefs I'll deconstruct in the days ahead. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to learning a little more, growing a little more, and creating better videos for you guys in the days ahead. VP signing off.